Hello, good friends. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. If you don't know me, my name is Tracy, not afraid of color. And let me say hello to who's here that's showing up in the chatter box. I've got Chow. Hi, Chow. Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Function of Light. Hello, Flo. I've got Emptiness Scrapper, which is Maddie. I've got Jana. Hi, Jana. And I've got PJB Stamper, Pam. So tonight, as I mentioned in my thumbnail, we're going to be working with flowers. And we are going to be working with the Peel Apart Background Rubber Stamp Tropical Flora, which is brand new. And mine's coming apart on me. Now listen, friends, if you have any problems with stamp surgery, I'm going to need you to look away because I'm going to be doing some of that. I've already done it with this flower here because it just so happens to be my favorite and it wasn't part of the pull apart. Well, I made it part of the pull apart. And they all still will fit back together just like a puzzle piece. It's just going to drop out whenever I am not looking and be mischievous. Get back in here. There we go. So just got to make sure they're squeezed tight and then they'll stay together. But I digress. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing better, I think. Took a trip to Walmart today. Funny story. And I'm going to start with a background here. And I'm going to do some ink smooshing with Simon Hurley inks. And I've also taken out my Neon Lunar Paste in No Chill, which is an older color, and Jaded, which is one of the new colors. And I've taken out Solar Sprays in Cross My Heart, Neptune, and Golden Hour. I probably would have brought out Pity Party, but I didn't see it with my eyes. So um, since we're doing ink smushing, I'm going to get my messy. Hi, Glow. Going to get my messy plate here. And I'm going to grab a slice of Simon's watercolor. I want to work on the smooth side. And I'm going to start, I think, with, ooh, la, la. I want to go very light colored on this. So I think that I will just pay attention to the wetness. Hey, Di, stop adulting, Pam. Yeah. Um, So ink smushing with Simon Hurley inks is the same as with any other ink. This is the way I like to do it. There are tons of ways to do it. You can put it on your stamping block if you want to. You can put it on a piece of plastic. You do you, boo. But I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to kind of spread this out because I want my pink to be not dark. So Simon Ranger, if you're watching, what we need is a clear mixative so we can make lighter colors with our little pads. And then I'm going to go ahead and wet my paper, and I'm going to start just going here and there. I'm not looking to get the whole thing covered because I'm going to be adding more colors. And then I'm going to water this down and spread it out. Because remember I said I need this to be light because it's a background. And I'm going kind of for pastels here. So now I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. You needed a song for your name. GLORI. Oops, I can't do that, right? Anything gets too mucked up on the side, just kind of roll it back and forth and around. And we're going to get this dry. Let me grab a paper towel. Where are my paper towels? You think you're ready, and then you're not. I'm going to grab a paper towel, clean up that excess there. Dab this up on the sides because I don't want it to be thick and muddy there. That's more what I'm looking for right there. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Okay, so anyways, I was telling the story that I went to Walmart today and fully intended to take my blood pressure while I was there shopping. And this lady walks up to me, this lovely lady named Hope, and asks me, can she pray for me? Because I ride in the rolly cart. I can't be on my feet that long. And I was kind of like, okay, sure, why not? And she proceeded to ask me about all of my ailments. And then she started praying and laying hands on me, which was kind of a trip. And people were looking like, what are these people doing? But you know what? I didn't pay them any never mind because kindness is being engaged. Being nice is just walking away and not paying attention. And these people were just rude. You know, everybody has a job to do in life, and that she felt like was her job, and I was happy to help out. So, but anyway, I was with her for about 15 minutes in the Coke aisle, and anybody who knows if they looked in my cart would have saw why I'm sick. Let's see, you have Cheetos, you have Sun Chips, you have snack pack puddings, you have Cokes. Could be your diet that's your problem, lady. But I digress. Um, I finally said, listen, I have to go. And she said, okay, and thank you. And I said, thank you so much. And then I ran into her in the store later and she said, I forgot to pray over your hip. I'm like, listen, I gotta go. You know what? I typically don't like strangers touching me either, but I had a good feeling about her and she had such a gentle touch. So I was okay with it. Where am I here? I need some yellow. And I'm doing Over the Moon because it's my yellow. Where are you? Hello. Um, I want the. I inked one myself on the Stellar ink pads. There it is. Because I like these. But anyway, by then I said, listen, I gotta go. And so I didn't check my blood pressure. That was the point of the story. I didn't want her to catch me because she prayed for my blood pressure and I didn't want her to be wrong. If that makes any sense. And typically I don't like to be touched either. And she did ask my permission and she put on hand sanitizer and just yeah, embrace kindness. That's right. It's there's no need to be unkind or rude even or you know, I mean, I'm sure the people that were staring were nice people and they had good intentions, but don't stare. Either be kind or move on. Or thought I was a sucker. She told me that everybody in the store knew her. And later, when I got in the truck, because I made Mike leave me alone completely in Walmart, because usually he'll call me and call me and call me, like, "Where are you now? Where are you now?" I'm like, "Dude, quit freaking calling me. Um, leave me alone." So I told him this morning, I said, "You're just gonna drop me off and leave me alone. If I want to take my time in the paint aisle, I will." Yeah, see, this Summon Hurley ink smush is just lovely. Okay, now I want some blue in there. Let's go with the clear skies. Okay, spread this out because I don't want it dark. I have one empty ink pad. I thought about just adding water with the prom queen, but I was worried that it would mess it up, so I skipped out on that idea. Okay, that's enough. Like I said, I want to keep it light. A little water reaction going there. And dry it. Well, let's tap it up. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for the birthday card. I just got it yesterday. So we're going to go bolder with our stamping, obviously, but so this is the Simon Hurley watercolor paper, and I used Over the Moon, Clear Skies, and Prom Queen in a watery goodness. I'm going to kick it up a notch though, and we'll see. Just want to make sure it's totally dry before I do. I'm going to throw some more water on here because we want lots of depth here, but even though these are pastel-y colors. Okay. Oh, glow, yeah, you have to be careful with that screen time. I know I get a migraine if I get too much. We'll go ahead and dab. There we've got some more depth of color here. And then finally, I'm going to grab this Over the Moon. I'm going to spread a little bit on here. I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to grab my brush and I'm going to splatter some of this on here. Hey, there's a gnat in here, friends. Okay. Okay, heat tool, get it dry. So I'm going to do some more background stamping. Here's what it looks like up close and personal. I already got smuts on there somehow. Might be a dead gnat. I might have smashed a gnat. Hi, Vat. Okay, so now I have my Simon Hurley. This is the handwriting stamp. And I want to stamp on here, but I don't want it to be dark. So let me go in with some, let me think this through a minute. First of all, let me make sure I don't have any black ink on here before I have a terrible accident, because I could. I'm not the best person for cleaning up my stamps. And you know what? Let me grab a scrap piece, because what I think I'll do is some stamp off. Uh, Scrap piece of paper. Well, not really scrap, but you know, cheap piece of paper. Oh my gosh, you guys. So today I went to buy more of that paper that I use to print my printables on. Eh, sorry, I'm over here reaching. And I had it in my cart this morning, but I had to wait till I got paid. So by this afternoon, when I got home, it had gone up $4. I kid you not, I was not happy. I wonder. I'm just wondering if high tide might be a good color on this. I think it might. We're gonna find out. I may just completely break it. Eating a cookie is bad. Oh my gosh. I'm the devil. See, I'm just putting a little ink right here, and I'm actually going to pull this off the backer. No, because if I do, I won't know what. Okay, this side is up. Not that it necessarily matters, but just get a little bit of ink down here just to give it that little bit of texture. Okay, so this is ready to rock and roll. Now I'm going to be hand stamping, and I'm going to start with my stamp surgery, because I think I want to start with this stamp right here, and it's not one of the peel aparts. So luckily, this is very clearly delineated. And again, friends, if you have any problem with stamp surgery, look away, because I'm about to. And I'm just going to kind of lift it off its carrier here. And it doesn't have to look beautiful, friends. Okay, does that go to there? Yes, it does. I mean, your project does, but not your stamp set. It can look funky NASA. It still works beautifully. I'm probably going to want that leaf right there too, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so I've got the stamp I want, and I will grab a stamping block. Let's just grab this one. And these flowers I want to be pink, and I'm going to go in with the prom queen. I don't need this anymore for now, not unless we do another one. I'm going to go in, and I have this here because I still want to stamp off. I love chocolate chip too. You know what came out today, and I was so excited. I love the Werther's caramels, the seasonals, and the maple cream. Oh my word. I bought some. I did. So they're a soft, chewy caramel with the maple creamily stuff in the middle. There's a little smuts on my stamp there. So notice, oops, I'm still keeping it light. I know it doesn't seem like it because here I am pounding on the pad, but oh golly glow. I understand, but it's a sure way to stretch your stamps. Better get going in another direction here. Okay. Got my pink. Clean you off. So I can put it right back if I want to, right there. And let's grab my other, let's do this one. Let's do this one in the high tide. And these ones I'm not going to stamp off because high tide's a fairly light color. Prom queen's pretty bold. Oops. Might want to stick to the thing there. Try that again. The little ink pad's actually suctioning onto my flower. And I'm going to, thanks, Glow. Yeah, I love maple everything too. But that creamy maple in the middle of those Werther's caramels, I think they're Werther's, I don't know. I remember I'm working on watercolor, so I'm giving it a pretty good press. Let's get a little one over here. And I think just a little bit right here. And I'll add more as needed. We'll just keep watching it. Snap you off here. Then I'm going to grab my favorite little, this one, and I'm going to grab my Over the Moon. Let's try, I'm getting lines in there, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. You can barely see these because it is a yellow over those other colors, but a little bit right here. here. Okay, and then I need something else. Let's see what else is in the stamp set. This little guy. It's part of the peel apart, so you can relax. Well, let's grab the clear skies. Okay. Yeah, hippy dippy. Oh, you know what, Dawn? I went online to the Gypsy Rose website and ordered their catalogs. So they don't charge you anything for them. Okay, so finally I'm going to do a little bit more splattering, friends. And I'm going to splatter with the solar spray. So I'm going to grab the Neptune first, shake it up really well. I'm just going to put a little bit down onto my work surface here, because I don't need a bunch of it and I don't want to waste it. And make sure I put the lid on. That's how I lost my whole bottle of cracked pistachio. And let's grab my little thing. And you're not going to be able to see this. I'm doing it around the greens only. I think I need a little bit more. So it's hard to see until it dries, or until you tilt it in the light. I think I needed a bit more fluid though. It's mostly getting on my face. Okay, and so next up I'll go with Cross My Heart. And I'll try and get that primarily in the pink areas. Okay, and then last I'm going to go in with Golden Hour. I'm going to. Yeah, I get them on my glasses, that's for sure. The splatters go right to my glasses, sometimes to my iPhone. I'm actually going a little bit heavier here with the Golden Hour. And I'm covering most of this, because this just gives a fabulous, looks like silk. Let's give it a dry. Now, if you can see it, we'll wait till it's dry. Doesn't take long to dry because I didn't spray it on there super thick. But you can see that it impacted the stamping. So if I get it up close, see if we can get the light to capture. Not really. Light won't capture it. The camera doesn't want to capture the actual silky feel of that, or silky look of that. Come on. Which way do we tilt? Simon always says, oh, let me use my iPhone camera. This is my iPhone. Oh, well. Your internet crafting friends realized function of light one was too long for anyone. Yeah, that's kind of like not afraid of color. Like a lot of times people won't say hi to me because it's too long to say. I'm like, you could just call me T and that'd be fine. So now I'm going to grab some regular cardstock. Excuse me. And this is some Accent Opaque 110 pound. And I'm going to use my stamp platform because I want nice crisp stamping. So I'm going to use the same colors as well. Do you see that gnat? Do you see that gnat? Coming in with the high tide first. Hey, Irene. Welcome. Sometimes it's helpful if you take the pad out first. You know, this pad right here. But I don't want to. I'm lazy. Let's do the, which one did I do? Oh, okay. That was the green. Which one did I do in the pink? Wait. Oh, this one. Okay. Andrea is a beautiful name. Got Over the Moon. That's nice and juicy. And then, where's the one I did the stamp surgery on? Oh, I did them wrong. See how I am? That's okay. We're gonna do the Prom Queen. Going in heavy. So my color, my flowers are a little bit on the reverse side, but that's okay. And look, I got schmutz there. That's okay because I'm going to fussy cut these. There are no dies for these so far. Will there be some in the future? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, Kenzie. Hi, Tanya. Have I heard that Stampin' Up! Is stopping using red rubber? No, I haven't heard such a thing. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to get a little bit artsy on you. I'm going to grab my Cricut pen. And I'm going to just outline these flowers, and not perfectly. I'm not going to cut them out perfectly either. Just for fun. I tell you, I love my Cricut pen the best. It's the best. And then let's go in and make these little dealy bobs in the middle of the flower here. I mean, this isn't art because I'm actually just tracing lines and actually not even trying to do a good job of it. Oops, I screwed up there. That's all right. Let's make that, that. Let's do these inner ones first. And again, not making them perfect. Perfect is not a word in my vocabulary. Well, it is, but it's not that easily achieved for me. Okay. Now I'm gonna fussy cut these. You guys get to watch. But because I did a sloppy job on purpose with my lines, and I may even double over those lines, I'm going to also not try and be nice and neat with my fussy cutting. I'm going to be somewhat neat, but not, you know, not precise. I can't do a precise outer line anyway. I can only do precisely on the line. And this is 120-pound paper, so it's a little bit harder to cut. Yeah, Kenzie, I've got 70 more to go and I hit 4K. I'm excited. I guess I mean, it's not a huge deal because, you know, what's important to me is that you guys watch. The more that watches, because you can have 20, 30,000, but if only 200 people regularly watch your channel, of course, you know, you've got that many, YouTube starts poking it out to other people, but I appreciate each and every person that watches my videos. Where's my other? There it is. I'm saving that because I might want to do some leaves on there because I think they're going to be naked without leaves. Subbed is also discontinuing. Oh, you mean Stampin' Up is discontinuing their markers? You know, I mean, the world's going to be doing some crazy things in the next few weeks. I went grocery shopping today. And listen, I'm already in a price range where I have to shop at Walmart. Would I rather shop at Publix? Yeah, but no, it's not happening. So, but I bought maybe 2 weeks of groceries for me, just me. It was like $220. Now, granted, there were staples in there. Oops, I forgot to get toothbrushes, by the way, and hair ties. But you know, there were staples in there like toilet paper, paper towels, you know, that kind of stuff. But most of it was grocery. And I'm sure that food isn't even going to last me 2 weeks. What's a senior to do? Get. Do you guys see that gnat? Why are you allowing that gnat in here? I should have put, I don't think I'm going to put any paste on that one. I'll put paste on the next one. Okay. So we've got some bold flowers going on here. Yeah, definitely needs some leaves. More stamp surgery, friends, because the right leaf that I want is still stuck in the peel apart stamp. Let's get these guys out of here so they don't keep falling out and bugging me. I want this one right here. I want it, so I'm taking it. Don't look, Glow. Lynn, if you're watching, don't look. There's so many cute flowers in here, and this put together as a whole is adorable too. But I like a little bit more control. Ask Mike, he'll tell you. Okay, let's stamp some leaves out. Yeah, it is a very minty kind of green. I do too. I love just about anything kind of aqua. And I think I want about 6 leaves. So I'm going to need more paper, but let's use what I have here first. And let's go, I kind of want to keep it light. Let's go with overzealous. Glad you're home. Yeah, I bet you're glad you're home too. It's Friday Eve. Let's see if I like that with that. I don't think I do. Whoops, come back. I don't think I do. No. Nope, 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 nope. Let's try another color. I'm going to go with Remember Me. So it's kind of a more of a blue-green. Let's flip you over. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have been plagued with these things this summer, especially in the last few weeks. Okay. Um, what did I say I wanted? I wanted, oh, it's like Tropical Tango, but I'm going to go with Remember Me. So it looks blue on here, but it's not really necessarily blue. Hey, Abraham. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, maybe I don't love this one either. Let's find out. Yes, I most certainly do. Okay. So what I did was I used the re-inker, the Remember Me re-inker to re-ink one of these DIY Stellar pads. Hi, Jenny. Oh, don't you hate? I don't know if I can transfer that over or not. I have no idea how. I barely know how to work the memberships. That's not how any of this works. I think I can get a third one on here and still be able to fussy cut it out. Bum, 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 bum. I think 2 leaves per flower will be perfect. And nobody in the world said your leaves have to be green. If they did, I'm telling them they're wrong. Okay, let's get a fresh piece of paper here. Yeah, so the paper that I used to do my printables on was around $7 or $8, and it went up to $11 from this morning. And I have a feeling it's just going to keep going up. So, in as much as I love the bright, vivid printables, I'm not willing to spend $11. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I am willing. I mean, I was thinking about that, and it's like $10 for 5 sheets of the black, the Ranger black paper that I like to use. So there's that. Did I say hi to Jenny already? I don't remember. If I did, hi again. Let's do one more. Okay. I have to go artsy on these guys too, because so everything matches. Okay, cleaning up for now. Give those a second to dry. We'll get these done. Easy peasy. Not going to be so easy to cut out though. This would have been a good one for the outside the line parameter for a craft roulette. Looks like a bit did bad, bad stamping. So we're making a card. I've got the background done. I've got 3 of the flowers done. We're making flowered cards today, tonight, this evening, this afternoon, whatever it happens to be for you, morning. Yesterday morning, or was it today? I don't remember. Well, it was actually night. No, it was morning. And Di was going live with Crafty Critta. And she said they'd be live at 7 p.m. Brisbane time. Is that how you say it? Or Brisbane? I don't know. Like people here call Huntsville. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm like, well, what time is that in people time, American time? Because I'd love to attend, but I had just woke up, didn't have any coffee yet. So I think I came in about the middle, started bossing people around, giving advice of stuff they'd already done. I just shut up sometimes. Brisbane. Brisbane. Okay. Yeah, no, I did that craft roulette card already, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I just thought that this would be an interesting look for this particular card. Okay. Yeah, I got a song from Back to the Future stuck in my head. I think it was Huey Lewis and the News, Power of Love. How that happened, I have no idea. I must have seen it on a short or a reel on Instagram and it's stuck. You know how that happens. Brisbane. You guys, I can get lost down the Instagram rabbit hole so quickly. Watching funny video. I love to follow this guy. He keeps octopuses. I don't know why. He doesn't talk about himself at all, only the octopuses. But what's so cool about him, what I love about him, is how excited he gets. He just hoots and hollers over his octopus catching a crab. And I just love that. I find that extremely endearing. Irene, you were the guest, my friend. So, a lot of times the reason you guys see me fussy cut, even things that are already been cut, are die cut, but I cut the white off. And the reason for that is I get a strong feeling that we won't be buying dies as much in the near future. So I just want to desensitize you to fussy cutting. And especially in a situation like this where you don't feel like you need it, it needs to be perfect because you've already gone outside the lines. So this one's actually super easy to cut out. Again, though, this is 110-pound cardstock, so it's a little bit more difficult to cut just in terms of sheer force. I did printed out a bunch of things, little butterflies that I made a collage out of, but they were on like, I don't know, 32-pound paper. So it was super easy to cut them out. Yes, they're very expensive, and I have a big plan for next year with regard to my channel and what I'll be doing. I will still be doing some design team work if, they still have me, but a lot less. And using what I have because I feel like that's what's going to trend. And because I'm trying, I'm not saying I'm perfect, okay? I still buy stuff, but I'm trying not to. As you guys saw, I just did a big old de-stash because of absolutely no room in my craft room. I was wondering about my friend Lynn because she got that new mink laminators, whatever the else it does, cinch machine. She's got the big paper cutter that cuts straight, cuts a pile of papers. And I'm thinking, where in the world does this girl keep all that stuff? Yes, you're trending, Yvette. I can tell you many of my subscribers don't shop. Many do, but overall, I would like to appeal to, you know, people that are like myself, who just either don't have the space or the money to just keep putting out all that money. Obviously, when you're on a design team, it's your job to sell, or at least give exposure to the product. But I've never had any design team manager or company owner complain to me that, hey, you're not selling enough stuff. So don't get the wrong idea. It doesn't go that way. Oh, does she have a pretty good sized house? I know, but if I mean, I don't want to. I'm a lazy bones. I don't want to go to a whole nother room to get something unless I absolutely have to, but maybe she has a big craft room. I don't know. You went to her house, Pam? Um, right, Kenzie. I agree, and too, yeah, a lot of people that watch me or that I kind of run with in around the rooms are either Canadian or Australian or English or you know Norwegian. Randy is from Norway. Anya is from Norway, and they can't buy stuff from us, especially now, and neither can they ship to us, which is so weird. So, I see, craft companies needing to go in new directions to stay afloat. Although, I would venture to guess that primarily the bulk of buyers from US companies are US residents. But here's my point. Maybe you have a sort of little abstract floral set like this. Doesn't have to be this one. It could be any one. I'm almost done fussy cutting, friends, while I'm yapping. Oh, speaking of Anya. Wow, 5 years. I don't know about Australia. I know that the UK has quite a lot to offer as far as, companies. Um, but I'm starting to wonder, like my friend Patty Del Bello, and she still has her online business, I think, but I think she closed her physical store or something like that. Anyway, because I'm still getting their newsletter and they're still putting out videos, but she gets a lot of stamps, that are UK based, like Lavinia stamps, and they're not going to be able to ship to us right now. And we're not going to be able to afford it. Okay. All right, so now let's put this card together and get started on another. I'm going to trim this down as I like to do. It's like, just, she's like Abraham, say her name and she appears. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Okay, and you probably can't see the bottom of the trimmer, but nor can I scoop this stuff up much. I'm gonna go 3 3/4 by 5. And da, 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 da. Let's do a GinaK on that. I'm gonna do something though, because I'm trying to, because this stuff's like 50 cents a sheet. I'm going to cut some, I'm gonna cut away from there. Let's just cut this one. Just gonna grab the first thing I see here. Because I obviously, you know, I'm gonna bury most of it. Well, that's not a very good size. That's a weird size. I want bigger. I want bigger. Let me see here. All right, let's just get out the, I think these are Trinity. I think. Maybe they're Hero Arts. I can go bigger than that. Well, no, I can't because needs to be smaller. I think this will be just about right. Be right back. Just walking over to the other side. On through to the other side. Now I got a nice piece I can save. Okay, glue. Computer? You paid for that Timmy stamp and die. Which one? You notice I don't put anything on until I've got my everything together here. Let's go a very thin border. See, I still have enough for a sentiment though. If I wanted to stamp out a sentiment on one of these black strips. Snowman? These I just eyeball, and sometimes I don't get them right. Okay, let's grab a card base. And I stopped using my accent opaque for card bases because it's like $32 for 100 sheets now. It's ridiculous. I think this is a 1/4 inch. Let's find out. Get on there. Nope, it's not. Okay, and let's try the other one. No, that one's too deep. Okay, just an eyeball. Yes, absolutely, Pam. Although, do stay tuned because, Trinity may have something up our sleeves for Stamp Timber. But I was thinking I'd do my own advent this year and just, but I don't know that I'm up to making a video every day. I think I want to, and I get ambitious and try and commit to it, but then ultimately I can't commit. Thank you, Anya. That's very kind of you. We love you whether you give us money or not. Just so you know. Okay, now I get to audition where I want my flowers here. Stupid gnat, leave me alone. My flowers and my leaves. Okay, I kind of like that positioning of the flowers, so I'm just going to lay a magnet down there for a minute because I'll glue the leaves down and I'll pop the flowers up. I don't. I'm running really low on my accent opaque, and so there I'm sitting there thinking, I want to buy some of my special printer paper, but then again, I do like my accent opaque for die cuts and things like this. It's not it's not a deal breaker to use something else, but okay, you come over here a minute. I'm gonna do my sentiment right here. So yeah, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's get these glued down. And I'm using my PVA glue, which is way cheaper than any of the other name brands. So again, another money saving idea. And you know what? Even if you can afford it, doesn't mean you should. Yeah, Michael's 100 pound is fine. Oh, you guys are doing those SCT things. Yeah, see, that's something that I could never do. But I think it's great, and I love seeing what you guys do with your stuff. If that gnat flies up my nose, I swear. Let's go over a little bit like that. Hey, Judy, at my scrapbook loft. So yesterday or day before yesterday, my window unit in here started leaking water. And I was freaked out because, I obviously turned it off because this is a craft room and we do not want leaky water. Oh, Linda, no kidding. Which one is it? The photo mat paper that you like. You're just doing the bonus day? Okay. All right. Okay, I feel like my florals are pretty balanced. I think I want to come down a little, like so. All right, now it's pop time. Poppy time. And I want to pop at different levels. 3mm. So was that? Second here, just trying to grab the right type of foam tape. These all look the dang same. Okay, here we go. This is a lower profile, so I want it to go on this flower. Scissors, where are you? I'm gonna forget where I wanted that, promise. Okay, I want this one to go right about here. Let me just put a little mark under there so I remember where I needed it to be. I'm going to need it to kind of make sure it covers that edge of that leaf. And I'm being stingy with my foam tape too. Yes, I am. Oh, I didn't even make a mark. Dang it, Bobby. Okay, we're just going to wing it then. Up there, and then this one will get popped up on the higher foam tape. Epson Premium Presentation Page. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I use too, Linda. And then I had it in my cart this morning. It was right around $8. And then when I went to purchase it this afternoon, it was $11. I feel like this is the same height. It is. Okay. What in the heck? Might have to use black. Black it is. This is some stuff I got. I think I got it on Amazon, and it's not really for crafts. It's for windows or something. It's a little bit of a pain to work with, but the price was right. I would dig right in too if I had the bot. Yeah. There is no waiting for me. Not ever. Okay, now I took out, here's where the mixed media is coming in. I took out some buttons. Because why not? If I can find some that I like the fit. I do like that, but I'd have to cut off that little nib. I might do that. If I do this kind of button, then I'm going to want this kind of button on all of it. I'm kind of weird that way. Definitely don't want red. There's a purple one. No, wrong shape. Oh, this isn't all the buttons. This is just one container of them. I have to grab the other container. I like the little yellow one right there. But this button only has one. Kind of like the black though. Let's see. A little green one. No, that's not. That's funky NASA. Blue one. I can't even pick this one up. So skinny. Nope, too dark. It needs something, it needs to be pink or something. Look at these funky buttons. Aren't those fun? Ooh, maybe I want the funky ones. I do want it, but I'm not going to buy it because I'll never be able to afford it. Never. Hang on, I'm grabbing my other buttons here. God, we'll dump them all in. Yes, I would love to have that because I do a whole lot of journaling. I think I like these funky florally shaped buttons. I don't think I have any tiny ones though. Maybe I'll keep a little round one on this one. Yep, I'm liking that. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, typically a friend from Norway comes on. Her name is Randi, Randi. What did I just knock over? Am I going to put thread in these buttons? No, sir, I'm not. I'm just going to glue them down. Oh, yeah, I'm a trinket junkie. I love that kind of stuff. There's this, I remember when I was a kid, and there was this store right here in Huntsville, and they had like a whiskey barrel, and it was full of tiny toys like little dogs and little cars and little dollies and little irons and just tiny, tiny, tiny toys. And I just get lost in those itty bitty toys. When I say small, I mean like quarter, half an inch sized toys. Just too much fun. Okay, so there's our mixed media element here. And now I need a sentiment. And so I took out my already made sentiments because I did. And let's see here. I don't think I want black. Birthday, anniversary, get well. Let's do love. Yeah, like Monopoly toys, little plastic and brightly colored and just fun. Let's do that one. That is also a Simon Hurley, and I think they're called Everyday Sentiments. It is foiled, hot boiled. It's getting popped up, not on this black stuff. Thanks, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. Yes, don't put that on upside down. Yeah, he does. I like these. What happened to my sticky? How did it come off? I don't remember pulling it off. Okay, it happened though, so that's all that counts. A little glue. Oh, look there. So, see if I can get you in close so you can see the sparkle of the solar spray on the background. I will, Anya. everybody, if I don't remember, will you remind me if Randy pops in? And Randy, if you're watching from the armchair, um, Anya would like to know if you are participating in an online digital scrapbooking meeting from Norwegian stores. That is the question. Do we need some bling on here, or are we blingy enough? What do you think? Waiting for a bling vote. I know that you guys are a little bit behind me, so I'll give it a couple moments. Thank you. So I'll pick out a couple of blings and let you see if you think maybe we need some bling. Okay, so I've got this beautiful watermelon color of the sparkle spots. I've got a gorgeous, really pale blue. These are almost gone because they're my favorite. A pale aqua. I've got, let me see here. I've got some yellow hearts if I can find them. I straighten this out and then I make another huge mess of it. Oh, here's another light that I made. This is the one I colored by hand. Decided against doing a video on it because it would take too long to color it. Where are you, you little yellow hearts, you? They're a pale yellow. I don't know. I know I haven't lost them. Here we go. I've got these little yellow heart pearls. Your answer is always bling. Pam thinks it's shiny enough. I don't know. These little hearts might be kind of cute on here. And they're yellow. I would put bling all over. Listen, the whole card would be bling if I was given my choice. Let's just throw a few of these hearts down here. And they're all different sizes. These are beautiful hearts. I love the tiny one. I love the tiniest bling the best. Okay. Need my little pickups tool. And I put tape around the pokey in because I don't use the pokey on this. I have a separate pokey for that. So it's taped together. Plus that the lid kept falling. This kept falling off. And that could be dangerous for me. Let's do, oh Lord, let's do one right here. Come here. Oh, since the card says love you, might as well show all the love. And I'm just going to kind of tuck them in here to the flowers so they're not too obtrusive and I don't have to worry about where they're going. Obtrusive, intrusive, I don't know. Gotta have one more though, I do know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right here. Another tiny one. Yeah, by throwing yellow bling at you, my friend. There we go. So we went from a softish look in the background to stamping down second generation florals, then stamping words with the handwritten die, and adding some, diffusing it all basically with the solar spray, and then stamping and coloring, drawing outside the lines just to make these florals just a little bit more funky. So I hope you guys like this card. I hope you like the video. If you do, you know what to do. Leave me a thumbs up. I'm out of time, or I'd make another card, but I'm definitely out of time. And you guys know how I feel about time. It's ticking away, the moments that make up a dull day. I'm not singing. Um, If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I go live or upload a new video. So I hope that you guys have a good weekend. I'll be seeing you around the rooms. Take care. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks for spending your time with me. Namaste.